What's up, Scrappy peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and today is a very exciting day because we are finishing. Look at that girth. We are finishing the final page in the volume 1 of the Scrappy Muckabout. Now, things that I have learnt. I might do that towards the end, but I have definitely learnt to do less pages because this is ridiculous. I have my next journal ready to go, which I made with some beautiful friends, and so I'll show you that towards the end of the video as well. But today we are doing 2 pages, which are the very end, and I'm going to use the back cover because why not? Why not? So today we are doing Easter Sunday and then some cats. And they're kind of like 2 layouts, I guess you could say. I have no plans except that Easter's on this side and the cats are on that side, and that's about as much as I have planned. The last video that I filmed, I just did 7 pages on Patreon, so if you want to see more Muckabout, there's way more. There's like hour-long process videos over there. And we did some little flippity flaps and tip-ins with tags and all sorts of things. And I thought I had my Easter stuff still out. Here it is. I don't have much of an Easter collection. I kind of just have 1 kit and 1 paper pad and 1 ephemera pack. But let's see what actually we're working with here. So the Easter Bunny visits us, and he always collects all of the stuffed toy bunnies that we have and puts them with the kids' presents that he leaves, and the kids find that hilarious every year. It's something that the bunny's done since Arch was a bub. So we've got, so I feel like this should be the first picture because it's like the actual getting of the things before they got, you know, broken into. We have a little bunny over here which could be cut smaller, and that could work. We have a 3x4. We have these little action shots which could go here, and we also have this one. But just to shake things up, that's a lot of photos. We could do a tip-in, and I recently did another Patreon video. I don't know what order these are all going up in, but I'm filming a bunch of videos because I'm heading into surgery in a couple of weeks, and we also got some bad news this week. My grandma has started end-of-life medication, and so that will probably be, when I'm filming this in the end of July, that will probably be happening in, she'll probably pass away in the next week. So I've also got to make sure that I've got enough videos to cover that time period. And so it's just, I'm just filming whenever I possibly can. I'm squeezing in as much as possible to cover me for the 3-4 week recovery from surgery and that, and it's all happening. It's all happening, but we're here. We're here today, and we're going to try and think about positive things, which is a bit tricky at the moment. I feel like I should use one of these. I quite like this Hippity Hoppity Easter's is on the way, and so I might just cut that a bit straighter. This was from a cut apart from Echo Park, and Echo Park is one of those collections, one of those companies that I often sleep on. I forget how cool some of their stuff is. Now, if I put the tip in this way, it's just going to constantly be up like that because there is so much curvature to this page. It's so, the journal is now so thick. It's now 4 inches closer to the camera, and there's not that much space between the camera tripod and this, which is why I can't fit the whole page in here anymore. So I can't do it on this side. I feel like it would work on here, so maybe there. Let's do a little tip in there. Let's just jump into it. But yeah, so that's what's been happening over here, which is why there's been a little bit of a gap in YouTubing for some stuff going on. I've also just been really crook with this bloody sinus. So I'm having I don't know if I've talked about it in a video already. I'm having 3 procedures done, 3 surgeries in one, and hopefully I'll be able to function again after that and not spend every day feeling like I have a cold, which is not fun. It's not great. This washi tape, ooh, I love the sound of washi tape. It's quite a satisfying one. Okay. Random question. Does anyone have any suggestions for kids' picture books that deal with grief? Because they have lost a great grandparent previously, but it was when Arch was a bub, and so they didn't form a connection to them that they can recall. And I think a picture book might be a good resource to explain, because this will be their first big loss. But yeah, so if anyone has any ideas for that, or if you've been through that with littlies, please let me know in the comments, because your girl needs a bit of help in more ways than one. All right, back to happier times. So there's our little tip in. Always distrust washi. We never trust washi. It is out to get us. It is out to fool us into thinking that it can adhere things and have it stay there. No, 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 Mr. Washi, not today. You will not fool me. Always need to use double-sided tape under, especially when you're doing a tip in like this. I often don't when I'm just slapping it on for something else, but definitely for tip ins, we don't trust. Okay, I really like this photo of Vi, so I would prefer to have that one out. I might put this one behind here, perhaps. I just snapped a little shot. Arch had recently, the week before, we had been to the Easter show, which is a big thing here in Sydney, and they got some show bags, and so I'll put that there. Sorry, I'm just butting into my own conversation. I might put this one down here, because this was we went to grandparents' house. Oh dear, dropped something. They went to grandparents' house for some Easter celebrations. But yes, so the Easter show is it's like horticultural. It's got animals with competitions. It's got show bags. It's got rides. So many rides. The rides have increased so much since I last went. It's got performances. It has art, flower competitions, everything you can possibly think of. It has a scrapbooking competition, which I'm tempted to enter next year. I never really realized. And yeah, it's a good time. It's a big day. Oh, it's a big day, but it's a good time. And so we went to that, and Arch got a pair of headphones. I think it was, so what did he get? He got the Minecraft show bag. This must have been, he got the Kit Kat show bag. So the grandparents shouted them a show bag, and then we said that they could have like a food one and a toy one, because you know, the show isn't something that we're going to be going to every year. Oh, my battery's flashing. Let me stick this down. So then I have my little bunny Violet, which actually could be kind of cute hanging off the side. Oh, let's do a bit of a side little thing. I'm going to chop this poor bunny in half. Sorry, mate. And then do I want to... I kind of want to keep a bit of that, because that shows what she got. And when I look back at photos of myself around this age, like Christmas and things like that, it's really interesting to see what toys and things are around me. So the Easter Bunny bought both kiddos an egg. Sorry, not an egg, a bunny, a big bunny and a little bunny. And so they ate the little bunny for breakfast because we always have chocolate for breakfast on Easter Sunday, as well as a second breakfast of something, you know, a little bit more filling. And then the bunny also bought like a little drink bottle and an activity book, some ears and a little tin, because the bunny knows both kiddos are fans of tins. They both love a container. And look, I'm gonna say maybe it's genetic. Maybe they got it from their container. Actually, both parents freaking love a good container. Alright, so I've got my little violet flap here. I might even do, let's do a little tab. Oh, where's that? Here. I was playing around with this. This is Maggie Holmes' Sweet Story. The other day I was looking for butterflies and I found these acetate tab things. Now they have a covering on one side. Here we go. If you are new to using acetate pieces, they always have a covering. It's like a protective bit of plastic garbage. So I don't want to like actually put it over the top there. So what I'm going to do is cut these flang jangly bits off. There we go. And then I'm going to apply some tape to either side of this bulbous green bit, like so. And we're just going to peel off this side to start off with and stick it there, and then we'll flip it over, peel off that side and figure out what we're sticking. Probably should have waited a moment, but I didn't. Let's do these little bunnies. They're quite cute. How much do we need? About where that bunny's foot is. Estimating, I did it a bit too big just to be sure. Yep, there we go. So now I'm going to stick this one over the top, like, whoops. Oh, no, it would help if I actually had hit it. Like I said, peeps, there's a lot going on in my brain. May not be functioning on all functioning cylinders right now. Ah! Sorry, I just did that very wonky. Even my measuring eyes aren't really working right now. Oh, there we go. That one's a bit better. So here's a question for you. When you're in a bit of a sad funk, what do you do to brighten yourself up a little bit? For me, crafting is a big one. And so tonight, I think it's Friday night when I'm filming this. It's Friday night. Sorry. And I think I'm going to edit one video, which takes me about an hour. Oh, a little bit less now that I do real time, actually. I'm going to edit a video for you peeps, for Patreon peeps actually, and then I think I'm going to give myself permission to do a little bit of couch scrapping because I need it. I need to just do some frivolous scrapping and maybe put on some Housewives, which is my definite guilty pleasure show. Oh, I might leave a bit more of a gap just so I can squeeze in some journaling under there. Line all of those up. There we go. Okay, she's looking cute. That's all the photos, and now it's time to figure out what embellishments to do. I feel like this would be a great one because it says every bunny welcome, and like I said, the Easter bunny gathers the whole crew, but this frame's a little bit big, and I don't know why, I'm not really a huge fan of the bijou frames. Often when labels have that little fancy, it definitely has a proper name rather than bijou, but frames that have that elegant little label edge, I'm just not a huge fan of them. Now this probably should be glued because, like I said, the curvature is, she's strong. She's very, almost dropped this gluey thing on my photos. Probably shouldn't be applying the glue over the top of the photos, but like we said, brain not running, cylinders missing. Let's pop that at a bit of a jaunty angle because it's Easter. And if you can't pull a jaunty angle at Easter, when can you? And then this is a little blue egg that looks very similar to that container that Arch got. Okay, now I have a sticker sheet which I'd really like to see the back end of because it's so massive, and I hate when 12 by 12 sticker sheets get down to only having, you know, a few stickers. This looks so much like that because it has pink gingham. I don't trust the adhesive on these stickers either, so I might put that like so. I can do a bit of journaling. It would be great to use this pink bunny maybe down the bottom of this one because, you know, there's a few florals and rainbows and what's that, a watering can with some flowers in it on this page of stickers. But those can be used in different circumstances. Even the carrot I could use on a gardening page, but something like this is only ever going to scream Easter to me. And you know what, peeps? It's the final page, so we're going to brave the bunting. The bunting and I, we're not overly friends. It bothers my eyes sometimes because I'm like, well, where do I tie you to? You need to be stuck. Such a neurospicy way to look at bunting. But I'm going to pretend to tie it to the, oh, can I reach from there to there? No, just, oh, kind of, that'll do. We're going to put our bunting here, put glue everywhere. And then I think this bunny is probably the last thing that I have to, well, want to use. The other things I could get away with using on a different page, and I'm pretty sure following this, maybe not the next week, but the week after, we start doing some gardening stuff to our house. And yeah, I think I'll be able to fit it in. I don't want to put the bunny there, even though it looks like it works because it's looking out at the page, and so I think I will squeeze it in here. Cute. All right, there is that ephemera pack which seems to be empty at the moment. Maybe that means that I have used up almost all the ephemera pieces. Hippity hop. Hunting for eggs. Let's pop that over here. So we did have a little Easter egg hunt here. There we go. And then I do have this one that says Happy Easter, but are we reaching that point where it's too much? I think we might be. Yeah, I think we might be. So I am going to pause the camera and just add my journaling because I can't talk and journal at the same time. And then we'll move on to our next little page. I might also add a few little like florals perhaps down here in spaces. And then we'll call this page done and move on to the kitty cats. Alrighty, journaling is done. I just did a little bit around the outside, and then talked about the Easter stuffed toys, did a couple of stamps, and then a whole freaking lot of these little, look, we don't trust washi. This one was already just lifting off. Listen to your own advice, Adele. take note. Yes, so added a few little sprinklies of hearts, not hearts, flowers, but there's a gap up here which is really bothering me. And I was hoping that in all of these stickers I'd have a bunny, but I don't. I do have this chicken, and you know what? We're going to go for the pink chook because chickens, eggs, we get it. We makes sense perhaps in my brain. And then I also am going to add a little rainbow here just to fill in that spot. And I think that works out well. I'm tempted to do a doodly border here, but there's already a lot going on the page, but I'm like, is that why I need a doodly border? Let me know in the comments. Should I doodly border the flip, the flap, the flippity flap? Yeah, so this is, I'll see if I can get most of it in camera. This is our first little page. And now let's do these kitty cats. Alrighty. Now, obviously the back cover is still here, and I need to cover that up with a piece of pattern paper. I have a few random paper pads next to me. Let's see if there's anything that suits. Oh, this one could work because it looks similar to the, oh well, that just broke off. Actually, oh, I have a message. I need to look at that message. All right, I think I might actually leave this video here today because I think that message is going to require an early pickup of a child. I've got to go, but I'm going to leave that here. Next video we will do the kitty cats because I want to give them justice and not rush through it. So thank you for hanging with me with this very chaotic video. Life's a bit chaos at the moment, but I know a lot of people have chaos as well, and I'm thinking of you if you do too. I'm thinking of this washi, which is not sticking down, and I'm hoping the weight of everything will really help it seal the deal. But I will see you in the next video very soon. Please give it a thumbs up to help me out, please. It helps my video be suggested to other people who like crafty stuff, and helps me keep motivated to make some things. And I will see you in the next video very soon, guys. Bye.